A day after Army Chief General Bipin Rawat defended the use of a civilian as a human shield in the Kashmir Valley, the Congress's stand on the incident has reignited this very controversial and volatile debate. Congress stalwarts Captain Amarinder Singh and former Home Minister P. Chidambaram have taken totally diverging stands on the issue. While Captain Amarinder came out in support of the Army's decision, seeking a medal even for Major Litul Gogoi, who tied a civilian to a jeep, former Home Minister P. Chidambaram strongly condemned the Army's tactic and even called it inhuman. Well, as this happens, the bigger question, which side will Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi support? Remember, the Congress party itself hasn't come out with an official stance on this incident.
We are not fighting a dirty war. You're fighting your own people. Your people have got grievances. You have to address those grievances. I'm amazed that the Army Chief should say we're fighting a war against our own people.
I have from day one been saying Gogoi should be given a good guarantee service report. He has been acknowledged by the Chief by giving him a accommodation card, and I'm very happy.
Well, we take no sides, but we ask the burning question here on India Today. The first question that we're asking this morning, is the Congress confused on the human shield issue, or is this simply a case of divergent views within one party, and why not? Why can't the Congress speak as one on a national issue of such importance? Why choose politics over national unity? Commended by the Army, condemned by Chidambaram? Is that the situation we're facing now? And shouldn't the Congress perhaps act against these divergent voices and unify itself as far as an issue that is so current, so controversial, and so contingent on India's national security? Remember, these are Indian citizens who are involved. Joining us on the burning question this morning, we're privileged to have Lieutenant General retired Shankar Prasad, former Director General of the Infantry and one of India's best known security analysts, Sardar R.P. Singh, National Secretary of the BJP, and Adil Singh Boparai, spokesperson for the Congress Party. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me on the burning question this morning. Adil Singh Boparai, if I could start with you first. You have Captain Amarinder Singh on the one hand, who's been unequivocal in his support of Major Litul Gogoi. He has applauded, the commendation that's been given to him. He's even recommended a medal to be given to Major Litul Gogoi. Yesterday, you had former Home Minister and senior leader of your party, P. Chidambaram, coming out and actually in almost similarly strong words condemning some of the things that the Army Chief has said, and also the act of Major Litul Gogoi. Two very, very divergent views within the Congress party. Your first reactions on two very strong divergent views within your party, Adil?
Well, firstly, I think there is no divergence. Now let's understand this. Let's understand the issue. What Major Gogoi did in Kashmir was on the basis of the exigencies of the operational field. He did something which was required at that point in time. There was an intervention required on account of surrounding circumstances at that point in time, and I think it is a national interest to leave it at that. The Army does not belong to any one political party.
Correct.
The Army belongs to every Indian. Let's not politicize what the Army has done.
No, but Adil, I'm asking you a question because you started by saying there's no divergence. There is a divergence.
Hear me out, hear me out.
There is a divergence. There's a clear divergence in what Mr. P. Chidambaram is saying and what Captain Amarinder Singh are saying.
Mr. Arur, allow me to explain. Allow me to explain. There are certain exigencies of the operational field, and Major Gogoi did what he had to do based on the surrounding circumstances. This is as far as Major Gogoi's conduct is concerned. That's point number one. Point number two, let me demonstrate, not just show, let me demonstrate the hypocrisy of the Bharatiya Janata Party. The Bharatiya Janata Party on one hand is saying we stand with Major Gogoi, and on the other hand, their government, the Bharatiya Janata Party's government in Jammu and Kashmir, has registered an FIR, has registered a first information report against Major Gogoi and the 53rd Rashtriya Rifles Unit. And let me tell you the sections, 342, 149, 506, 367 of the IPC against Major Gogoi by the Jammu and Kashmir Police, where the Bharatiya Janata Party is in power.
Okay.
This is the hypocrisy of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay.
And I think
I'll
the divergence
let
exists in the Bharatiya Janata Party stand, not in the Congress Party stand.
Okay, okay.
The Congress is clear.
I will let
Major Gogoi did what had to be done on the basis of the on-ground situation.
No, so are you saying that P. Chidambaram is wrong and that his view is being distanced by the Congress Party? Because he used very strong words yesterday as well.
No, you're mixing up issues. You're mixing up issues. Mr. Chidambaram had made a statement on the overall Kashmir situation.
No, he talked about no. This was I can play out that bite for you, Adil. No. I'm sorry. You can't divert the issue by broadening it. He was talking about the army chief's interview. He was talking about the Major Litul Gogoi incident.
Are we trying to say, Mr. Arur? Are we trying to say? Let's not be naive. Are we trying to say that the Kashmir situation is not critical today?
No.
I think there's nobody in this country.
But Adil, you're not answering my question. You can broaden the issue.
Extremely critical.
You can broaden the issue, but you're not answering my question. I have a very specific question. No, I have a specific question. See, I have a specific question because this is important. The issue is not about not having a divergence. In fact, my view is actually that I think it's okay for a party to have two separate views. But I am asking, does the Congress Party at large have one of those views? Does it subscribe to Captain Amarinder Singh's view, or does it subscribe to P. Chidambaram's view? That I think is more important. Individuals can have their own opinions. Within a party, to have divergent opinions is probably even a healthy thing. But the fact is, what is the Congress Party's view on this? Because otherwise, it appears that your party is actually confused on an issue, like you said, which is of dynamic national importance. I want to bring in Sardar R.P. Singh in on this. Keeping that, attack on the FIR aside, because we'll come to that a little later, and there are issues that the BJP needs to answer as well. Adil, I'll come back to you. Let me bring in everybody else. I'll come back to you. Sardar R.P. Singh, respond to that. Do you stand accused of being similarly having different views as far as Major Gogoi is concerned? That aside, your view on the divergent views on Major Litul Gogoi and the Indian Army within the Congress Party. Sardar R.P. Singh. Mr. Singh, can you hear me? Okay, I think there's a bit of an audio problem, unfortunately, with Sardar R.P. Singh. Meanwhile, let me just quickly bring in General Shankar Prasad on this. General Prasad, where do you stand on this? This was always going to be an issue where you would have divergent, views. There would be people who would criticize it. There would be people who would, support it wholeheartedly. One view is that why not? There are these divergent views. That's healthy. Democratic individual opinions of, strongly opinionated ministers and leaders within the Congress Party. Why not? On the other hand, the criticism of that is, especially from the BJP and, certain other quarters, is why not have a uniform, clear view on an issue of such big importance? Where do you stand, General?
As far as the politics of this is concerned, I will give you views, but as far as the military point of view is concerned, my views are well known to you.
Yes.
I'll come back again to say it again this morning.
Yes.
As far as Mr. Chidambaram is concerned, a former very honorable, very knowledgeable minister, it is so sad and so unfortunate to hear from a person who's been handling internal security for over 2 to 3 decades now. For that gentleman to turn around and say today that the army is not supposed to fight its own people, how can he be wrong? He's right, yes, but who's asked us to fight our own people?
Yes.
The army is meant for external security. It is his government, it is his party who's been using the army continuously for counterinsurgency and such like operations. How can he today turn around and pass a comment which is absolutely stupid and ridiculous?
Yes.
It is their government who's been using the army. The current government is only come into power 3 years ago. What happened to him? What happened to him as Minister of Internal Security, Minister of Home, and all the fantastic and high-flying portfolios that he's held over a period of 2 or 3 decades? For him to say today that the army is not meant to fight its own people, well, yes, it is, but why are you using the army for 3 decades to do this? Just remember, in Naxal area, the army is not being used because they are our own people. In Kashmir, why are you using us? Do we understand that? We are using our army because there is an enemy across the border.
Yes.
There is Pakistan. There is Pakistan who's fomenting insurgency and terrorism in Kashmir against our people.
Okay.
So we are fighting people who are coming from Pakistan to dislodge us, to take away Kashmir from us, which is not possible for them to do in a regular war. and which is what the army chief also said, if you want to fight us, come face to face with a rifle. Pakistan won't come face to face with a rifle because they will soon have 90,000 prisoners here. Therefore, they want to bleed India by injecting terrorism here. Why can't these political leaders of all parties understand that easy equation? The simplicity of matter is this: Kashmiris are our people. We go and save them in floods. We go and save them in earthquakes. We provide them schools. We provide them bridges. We provide them.
Adil, you want to take that on?
What is it that we don't provide to them?
General Shankar Prasad says Chidambaram's statement is hypocritical and stupid and not in keeping with his stature as a former Minister for Internal Security.
Mr. Arur, let's not miss the woods for the trees. What is the objective of having the security personnel in Kashmir? The objective is to restore normalcy. The objective is to end the sense of alienation. The objective is to bridge the deficit.
I mean, these are platitudes, Adil. There's a specific question about Chidambaram here.
Currently, no, please allow me to complete. No. You're not understanding.
You're telling us what we already know, Adil.
You can't take a myopic view. No, I'm not. You can't take a myopic.
There's no myopia involved here. It's a specific question about your party. I'm being reasonable. I'm not a shouting anchor, Adil. I'm asking you a specific question, but you can't waste time by giving us platitudes. Answer the question. You have to answer the question. Don't give us platitudes. Woods for the trees, the bigger picture, myopia. Those are things we know about. You tell us.
8-year-olds.
You answer the question that the general has asked. I mean, this is a former internal security
problem
minister.
In black and white terms. Please understand this. You can't see. What Mr. Chidambaram has said comes from a worldview prism, and he has the intelligence. He's been Home Minister. He's handled very crucial portfolios. What he is trying to say is that we have a situation in Kashmir. We need a multi-pronged situation. If 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds are out in the streets, there is certainly a problem at hand. As far as Pakistan is concerned, we need to give them a befitting response. Can you hear me? Hello?
Sardar RP Singh is back with us.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go, finish your point,
Mr. Arur, can you hear me?
Yes.
The question is, if 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds are out in the streets, there's certainly something wrong. We need a multi-pronged strategy towards Kashmir. We need a security approach.
You're not answering any question.
And we have to engage
this show is called the burning question, Adil. You're not answering the question. No, you're giving us platitudes. Who is going to disagree with you, Adil, about this needing a solution and that there are 8 or 9-year-olds out there? You're giving us platitudes. You're dishing out platitudes when you're asked a specific question. Now, I'm not being unreasonable at all. I am saying that it is possible to understand divergent views within a party, but for God's sake, do we know what the stand is of the Congress party? That's the issue I'm putting to you. I'm not saying that 8 or 9-year-olds on the street is not an issue. You're never going to have an argument with you on that. Let me just bring in Sardar RP Singh. He hasn't had a chance to come in. I'll come right back to you after that, Adil. Sardar RP Singh, respond to both what Adil has said as well as what the general has said. As far as these divergent views within the BJP, within the Congress party on Major Litul Gogoi and the Indian Army in Kashmir, what do you think? Where do you stand? Do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing?
So it's not the first time that Congress had divergent view on various national security issues. I mean, they have divergent. They had earlier also had views which were different views within the party also, and then basically one part tried to appease, tried to do vote bank politics, and then tried to go and appease certain section of society. I mean, that's quite clear. And what Mr. Chidambaram is also doing is the same. I mean, he is trying to do politics within national security. And I'm sorry, Mr. Chidambaram's statement hurts common Indian. I mean, leave aside anyone else, it hurts every common Indian. I mean, how can he do this? And how can he question army today? When he was the Home Minister, he was the Internal Security Minister, and today he is raising question on the army. The same army which has worked under his order, under his system, under his UPA dispensation for 30 years. I mean, but he never raised any question that time. And how has he forgotten 2008, 2010, 2012? I mean, everything happened during that period also. But same army was used. Today he is raising question on army. And other thing also, Mr. Chidambaram, please don't use your office for personal objective, for objective of, for political objectives. Don't do that. I mean, don't get into your narrow political game and pose threat to Indian security systems.
Okay. Okay. Our spotlight lies not just on what the Indian Army Chief has said about Major Litul Gogoi, but now the politics that has erupted around it, starting with P. Chidambaram, former Home Minister belonging to the Congress Party. Here's what he said on the Indian Army and Major Gogoi.
The Army Chief is wrong.
Absolutely wrong. We are not fighting a dirty war. You're fighting your own people. Your people have got grievances. You have to address those grievances. I'm amazed that the Army Chief should say we're fighting a war against our own people. Indian Army was not to fight Indian people.
General Shankar Prasad, P. Chidambaram, former Home Minister, says the army is not to fight your own people. How would you respond to that? Is there a hypocrisy there?
I am amazed. I am amazed indeed that a very honorable former minister, Mr. Chidambaram, who was Minister of Internal Security back in 1984, used the army somewhere. Was it against the enemy or was it against our own people? Tell him to search his own heart. Tell him to answer this question. In 1984, did he use the army against an enemy or did he use against own people? What is this going on? Why are we creating politics out of an important national security issue? Do we understand, do these very honorable people understand that the country is going through a serious security situation today with a belligerent enemy?
Yes.
Not only from one side but from two sides. And here are a set of people who have themselves been responsible for security of this nation are questioning the security as apparatus. I mean, this is very disgusting to say the least. And the word amazed, I am more amazed that the same set of people who used the army the manner in which they used in 1984 are today questioning the same army and are passing remarks on an army chief. We have today an army chief who has got his eyes and ears on the ground. He has to remove this terrorism from there. His statements are very categoric, not yesterday, not day before yesterday, but for 4 or 5 weeks, that we have to eliminate terrorists who are carrying guns. And those people who prevent us from doing legitimate military tasks will be also dealt in a similar manner. And here is a set of people.
Let's get a response from Adil from that.
Are using the word amazed.
Let's get a response from Adil on that. You know, as we Adil, respond to that. The general, you know, a very well-known veteran. He served in Kashmir as well. He says this is disgusting, shameful, hypocritical. How can a former Home Minister, you know, belonging to a party that has used the army for internal security purposes in the past, including in 1984, you know, for an operation we all know very well, say this right now, sit here and say this right now. It's dangerous to India's interests is what the general says, Adil. Respond to that.
You made a serious accusation. Now please give me a minute to answer.
Yes, please.
Number one, I'll demonstrate and I'll tell you what hypocrisy is. Hypocrisy is when RP Singh on national television says we stand.
We're not talking about RP Singh, Adil.
The BJP government.
We're not talking about
Adil. Please allow me to complete.
You can't defend with offense. You can't defend with offense. Answer the question about Chidambaram.
You made an accusation.
Answer the question. The accusation was not from RP Singh. The accusation.
Party's hypocrisy.
Do you know Sanjay Nirupam?
Janata Party, for God's sake, Adil. The accusation was from a general. The accusation was from a general. He does not belong to a political party. He does not belong to a political party.
Do you know name of Mr. Sanjay Nirupam?
What about the FIR against Major Gogoi?
General Shankar Prasad is not a politician. He does not belong to a political party. Adil, you're choosing to shoot and scoot.
Adil, your position is very clear.
Adil, I'm sorry.
All what we are saying
Adil,
is,
no, I'm very sorry. This is not okay. You're choosing to shoot and scoot. You've been fired at by a general who does not belong to a political party. You're firing sideways at the BJP, which is fine. You can do that another time. But take the question from the general. Take the question from the general. This is nonsense.
Please answer that.
This is nonsense. This is nonsense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please answer the question from the general first. That's a direct attack on your former Home Minister, Adil.
Coming to the question.
30 seconds to wrap up. Yes, quick answer.
Let's understand this. Kashmir needs a Kashmir needs a security approach.
No,
Nobody is denying Kashmir needs a security approach. At the same time, you need to engage with the people of Kashmir.
The sense
of alienation is increasing in Kashmir.
We don't know.
Let's understand this. You're further exasperating the situation.
Anything we don't know. I'm sorry.
If you're not cognizant of this.
No, I'm sorry. You're not telling us anything we don't know. Nobody would be answering. Nobody would be answering this question. I'm going to wrap up this discussion.
Who is responsible for the rapidly deteriorating
I'm going to wrap up this discussion. I'm going to wrap up this discussion with the regret that we have not got the answers to the burning questions we've been asking. RP Singh, 15 seconds. I am completely out of time. 15 seconds, RP Singh. 15 seconds.
Yeah, 15 seconds. This is the same party. This is the same party whose president of Mumbai, Mr. Sanjay Nirupam, raised question on the surgical strike.
Okay.
Sir, you raise a question on surgical strike.
That's right.
You are not only hypocrite. You are anti-national.
Okay. We haven't got any of the answers. I'm sorry. A very pertinent question was raised today by a general who does not belong to a political party, a person who has served bravely in Jammu and Kashmir, and that question was not answered today. We would not be bringing up this burning question if it did not involve an illustrious former renowned home minister of this country, a person who's been in charge of internal security, a person who belongs to a party that has in fact employed the Indian Army for internal security duties against Indian citizens in the past. That's not the question we were asking, but those questions were never answered. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Even though we didn't get many of the answers we were seeking.